artist, Chrissy Leach, has described her work as being strong and uncomplicated.
What made you want to accept Bev's invitation to let Claudia?
Oh yeah, it's always good to get feedback, even if it's not the feedback you really expect or really want, even. But because you don't generally, people want to say to your face what they think of it. So in that way, it's really good. You know whether you're hitting the right spot, perhaps.
Yes, and I think if you're taking a risk with what you're making, doing something unusual, it's a really good way of getting some feedback.
Oh yeah.
And knowing which bits have been understood and which have just passed people by, and whether that actually matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because the audience here is very, very mixed.
Yes,
it's
that's right.
You know, art people, visitors to the area, churchgoers, all sorts of people. So people come in with different expectations. It's nice to be able to know the feedback from all these different groups.
Yes.
Because that's what.
And you don't get that, partly because you're not usually here, and partly because they probably wouldn't say to you anybody anyway for risk of offending. And I found the feedback that I've had has been quite interesting because it was something that I hadn't anticipated. So the questions I asked and the answers actually gave me a new insight into how people saw my work, which was very valuable and will be valuable going forward.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because they're very worried about fragility and
because
my piece is outside because it's lace and it's outside, and rather than thinking, oh, that's they're really worried about it, concerned for my piece of work, which is really interesting because I hadn't anticipated that at all.
No. Oh, that's strange. The feedback I got about mine generally was what I was aiming for. If I was aiming for anything, it's calm.
Yes.
It's raw and it's not complicated. So I would say the majority of people, even though it was a very mixed audience, sort of came from the same place as I did.
Yes.
But even if they didn't, it's really valuable to see how people see things.
Yes. And I think it's something that's not happened to me really at all, because there have been questions about making, which is always interesting.
Yeah.
But much more about other things, other aspects of the work, which is really interesting.
The contextual aspect.
Yes. Yeah. Which has been very, very rewarding.
Yeah, and never happens normally.
No.
So, thank you. The Complimentary
Critic.
Yes.
You had to choose one question for the Complimentary Critic. How difficult was that, and why did you choose the question that you chose? And do you regret that question? Is there now another question you would prefer to answer?
My question was obvious, really, because of the way I make things. I make sculpture to have a response, a feeling, rather than a representation. So my question was, how does it make you feel? So that was an easy question for me to ask, and I wouldn't change it.
And my question was about the positioning of lace outside, and was it a surprise to people? And I think I probably would rephrase my question.
Yeah.
Yes, now, because I think that perhaps that was where the worry came from.
Yeah.
That's when people started to worry about whether it would be all right. But that was it. I mean, to me, that gave an interesting response.
Yeah.
But maybe I would have... It took me a long time to think of the question, and I think perhaps now I would revise it, but I don't know what to.
No, my response to yours was, once I heard it was outside, I was really eager to go and see it.
Yes.
And the fact that it was fragile didn't enter my head.
No. No. And I suppose I was secure because I knew that it would be all right. So
Yes.
And I knew it was linen lives
And
outside.
I think because I kind of know you, I know that if you put something outside, it would be sturdy enough to be outside.
But I hadn't anticipated the gale.
No, in July.
In July.
in August, yeah.
There you go. Still there.
It is, and looking very nice.